Good morning, good morning. I want to talk about something that's been talked about probably way too much, but still needs to be talked about some more because all of the narrow-minded, let's call them smooth-brained fools, and use the term fools for lack of a better term, just don't understand. Right here, I've got an impact wrench, or it's an impact drill actually. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set this right here. So this is gonna represent a firearm, okay? This is a firearm, okay? For the most part, it's the right shape for this video. So here's a firearm. I'm gonna set it right here. Okay? So I'm gonna set this right here for the duration of our video. And then I'll get back to why. So, every time that there's a tragedy, the left seems to make it an opportunity to jump on. Every time there's a tragedy involving a gun, the left seems to take that opportunity and jump on it. You know, jump on gun control. A former mayor of Chicago, I think it was the most recent former mayor of Chicago, yeah, Rahm Emanuel said, never let a tragedy go to waste. You know, never let it go to waste. And the left never does. Every time there's anything involving a gun, the left jumps on it and starts talking about gun control laws, and you know, and I don't think that, I don't think it should be like the Wild West where, you know, you can go to the convenience store and buy a gun. I mean, there needs to be some sort of regulation, but not, you know, it doesn't need to be as extensive as the left is trying to make it. I agree with the background checks. I think that's good. You know, and I think that's about all I agree with. You know, I think, you know, I think for the most part you should be able to own any weapon you can. Now, should you be able to have a bazooka in your garage? Probably not. You know, but you know, the AR-15s and you know semi-automatic handguns and stuff like that. You know, I think that you should be able to, you know, have what you feel you need to defend yourself. And some people will say, well, you don't need an AR-15 to defend yourself. The hell I don't. What if, you know, what if you live in that, and you don't even have to live in a certain area anymore. Scumbags are everywhere. If 6 people decide to break into your house and they're a threat to your family, I'm telling you, if a gang decides, 6 people decide that they want to break into your house and they're going to come in numbers because they're going to overpower you, you know, you better be really good with that 38 or that 9mm. You know, you better be really good with that, you know, with that 380, putting your shots on target. And if you're not, you're dead. You know, whereas if you have an AR-15, you got a little more cushion there. You know, I'm not a gun expert by any means. You know, I know as much as I need to know, but you know, you get an AR-15 that holds 30 or some odd rounds, you know, you're gonna have better luck against those 5 or 6 people that, you know, bust into your house and pose a threat to your family. So you know what, if you feel like that's what you need to defend yourself, then that's what you should have. Now, you shouldn't have a bazooka because that'll just blow up the whole damn place. And, you know, especially if you live in a apartment or you share walls. I don't want a bazooka. Or, you know, something like an AR-15 or, you know, just because it's high capacity doesn't mean it's a weapon of war. That's what they like to call the AR-15. An AR-15 is not military issue. So anyway, I'm rambling, but that's kind of what I do here. I ramble, I vent, you know, my wife isn't big into politics or, you know, social issues and stuff like that, so, you know, I talk to whoever wants to watch these videos because I don't really talk to her about this stuff because she can care less. So, anyway, you know, so this has been sitting here and it has not tightened down. You know, I got a 7/16 deep well on here. It has not tightened down a single bolt on its own. It has not loosened a single bolt on its own. The little flashlight on here hasn't even lit up on its own. Now, look, it seems like it takes me holding it and pulling this trigger for those things to happen. That's strange, because everybody else seems to think that the guns just go off by themselves. It's the gun's fault. Well, it's not the gun's fault. Just like if I loosen a bolt, if I loosen a few bolts on this truck, a few key bolts that I shouldn't have, and I crash because of it, or my wheels fall off because of it, it's not the impact's fault. You know, if I loosen a bunch of bolts and as a result I crash and die, the impact didn't kill me, my stupidity killed me. So with a gun, guns save more lives than they take, I'll tell you. You know, because usually it doesn't take a fatal shot to defend yourself. Sometimes it does. You know, and law-abiding citizens create a minuscule amount of, you know, gun crimes. Minuscule. Like, not even on the chart. It's the people who get the guns illegally. So, what law are you going to pass that punishes people who get guns illegally? If people are doing that, they don't care about the law. They don't care. The law's not going to stop them because they broke a law already by getting the gun. So, you know, it's all these gun control laws, all they do is they target and they impact the law-abiding. They do nothing against the ones who are getting these guns with filed off serial numbers out of the back of a LeBaron. You know, it is what it is. You're not going to please everybody, but, you know, to me it seems insulting sometimes when there's a victim of somebody who illegally obtained a gun and used it in a crime, maybe a mass crime, maybe they shot a few people, and the left takes that opportunity to push gun control. I don't know, I feel like if I was the family of those victims, I would be so pissed off and so offended. But, you know, people think the guns are to blame, not morons to blame. It is the morons, you know, and it's the unlaw-abiding. They're going to find a way to get it. It doesn't matter what law you pass. Laws don't stop them. And much like my impact, guns don't go off by themselves.